are appeared in the selection process of primary teachers recruitment of 2022 where at the time of recruitment notification B.Ed from D.El.Ed from NIOS and D.El.Ed special education B.Ed are the requisite training qualification. Those person who are having those qualification, any of those qualification may apply online in the portal for participation in the selection process. Petitioners having both the qualification, B.Ed as well as D.El.Ed from NIOS, 18 months D.El.Ed course, indicated in their prescribed form, as B.Ed candidate. Subsequently, after a long journey, Honorable Supreme Court in one matter, held that the B.Ed is not the appropriate training qualification for the post of assistant teacher in primary school. And subsequently, D.El.Ed from NIOS was also directed as the requisite training qualification. Those who have completed their D.El.Ed course from NIOS prior to 2019, they will be considered as and
they were in service.
They are in service.
Two conditions are there.
Conditions are there. Now petitioners at the time of filling of their forms, they have indicated B.Ed. Subsequently, after the Supreme Court verdict, B.Ed qualification was declared to be null and void for the purpose of primary teachers. So petitioners having both the qualification, they are only praying for migrate from B.Ed qualification to NIOS D.El.Ed qualification. On the similar circumstance, persons came before this honorable court, and the honorable coordinate bench passed this judgment. On the last occasion, Mr. Vishwas, on behalf of the West Bengal Board of Primary Education, intimated your lordships that they have filed appeal against this judgment. But I have found that order has already been complied. Entire portion of the order is very important.
But this court has passed a judgment.
That is subsequently. I want to give answer to the query of your lordships, which was asked by your lordships to Mr. Vishwas on last occasion. Then whether any of the order directing to switch over from D.El.Ed B.Ed to D.El.Ed has been carried out or not. Mr. Vishwas intimated your lordships that none of the orders has been complied. Rather, they have filed appeal against all those orders, and series of matters are pending before the division bench.
In the meantime, in the case of Pompa Dattodhar,
I have annexed.
This order has been complied with.
Complied, and in Pompa Dattodhar, I am also the writ petitioner in Pompa Dattodhar. I am also the writ petitioner in Pompa Dattodhar, one of the petitioners.
Yes.
In series of matters was disposed of by your lordships.
So therefore, if it is verification is done, then why again you have come?
When they have published the verification list, petitioner's name does not feature in the verification list. Only two petitioners. All the candidates are called for verification. So, only these petitioners are not.
Then you have to file a contempt application.
After,
because issue has already been decided in case of two petitioners. Why again you have approached?
Because subsequently they have published the one list of verified candidate called for who has called for verification. If your lordships kindly turns to the page 89. Substantial compliance of your lordship's order. So therefore, contempt, is not maintainable,
Yes, page 89.
On 10th of July 2025, in compliance of the order of the Honorable High Court, Calcutta, passed on 13th of June 2025 and 17th of June 2025, such and such in Pompa Dattodhar, such and such. They have called for the candidates.
Instruction. Database NIOS application B.Ed application. Let them show that he has applied NIOS. সুইচ ওভার যখন দিয়েছিল যে করেছিল ওই সব কেস ছিল সুইচ ওভার ওদের অ্যাপ্লিকেশন ছিল,
না এই জাজমেন্ট
Precedent
সম্পাদত্ব ধর
এই জজ সাহেবের জাজমেন্ট এটা
সেটা কই
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা স্যার 90 ইয়ে বলে দিচ্ছি
89 তো অন্য কস্টের
আমি বলে দিচ্ছি
আরে বল পেজ বল
কত
কিছুই নেই তো তুই এটা
কত
Yes, 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 list is
Annexed,
enclosed.
appended. Malad, from the list, our names are not featured in the list. Malad.
Names of the petitioners, all petitioners.
Here, Malad, two petitioners. Rest petitioners' names are there, Malad. And on query, they have intimated, since we have
So both
indicated.
the petitioners were parties to the to the petitioner, to the petitions which were disposed of by this court on 13 June.
Yes, Malad.
ও থাকলেও তো হবে
Subsequent.
So
order.
do you have any information that why your names were
Yes,
excluded?
Malad. Malad, on query, Malad, the West Bengal Board of, from the office of the West Bengal
Board.
Board, Malad, we have intimated, since we have indicated B.Ed
B.Ed.
degree as our training qualification, therefore we have been excluded from the list. Malad, unless they also
Now
specify.
you have at the threshold you have submitted that this is an selection process of 2022. In the advertisement, it was indicated that D.El.Ed B.Ed qualified candidates were eligible to apply.
Yes, Malad.
Now subsequently, B.Ed was debarred by virtue of the order of the Supreme Court. Now where is that advertisement
Yes, Malad.
indicating that B.Ed candidates are
Yes,
also eligible to apply?
Malad, if your lordships kindly turns to page 30, annexure P2. Qualification, serial number 3B. Serial number 3B. The candidate shall possess minimum educational training qualification as prescribed by the National Council for Teachers Education prevailing as on date publication of the recruitment notification. TET qualified candidate who are undergoing D.El.Ed, D.Ed special education, B.Ed training for the session 2020-22 and who having qualified and D.El.Ed, D.Ed special education, B.Ed training part 1 examination from session 2020-22, they will be given opportunity to participate in the recruitment process to be initiated by the board. So, my lord, for the fault of the authority, my lord, no candidate should suffer. My lord, in the case of
So you are submitting that as B.Ed qualified candidate, you applied. It doesn't
Applied.
make any difference. Doesn't make any difference since B.Ed was one of the qualification training qualification which was acceptable in terms of the notification
At
dated
that point of
29 September 20.
at that point of time. Subsequently, after verdict of the Honorable Supreme Court on 4th of April 2025, my lord, in D.El.Ed from NIOS is also, my lord, valid training qualification, and pursuant to the direction of the Honorable Supreme Court, some.
So if you had D.El.Ed qualification, why you did not disclose it?
My lord, at that point of time, my lord, D.El.Ed from NIOS is not the valid training qualification because one.
Yes, Mr. Sharma.
And exactly similar issue has been dealt with, my lord. May I certain paragraphs, my lord?
Yes, yes. Order dated 29th February 2024.
Yes, my lord. On Nesha, my lord.
Yes.
My lord. My lord, the fact, para 2. No, আপনারই করা. The petitioners before the court can be suggested into segregated to two categories. Petitioner number 1 to 7 possess B.Ed degree as also diploma in elementary education D.El.Ed issued by the West Bengal Board of Primary Education. The petitioner number 8 to 15 possess the D.El.Ed degree issued by the National Institute of Open Schooling NIOS as the diploma from the West Bengal Board of Primary Education. This is the
So you are coming under the first category.
first category.
Yes.
Malad, then entire issue has been, Malad, discussed, and ultimately, Malad, from page 31, Malad, para 31,
Paragraph 31.
31, page 10, internal page 10, the court.
Just a
Onnesha Das.
কি হবে মানুষ আমাকে নিয়ে আসছিস কেন
এই যে তার কমপ্লায়েন্সে আপনি রাখিয়েছিলেন
আরে কি কম জানি না এভাবে
এই
বললে।
সেম আমি বলেছি
এটা কি এখানে দিয়েছো?
না না না,
এটা কপি দাও না, বুঝতে পারছি না এটা কোনটা। অনেকগুলো মামলা হয়েছে না?
এইভাবে বললে হয় না, তবে তো দেখানো, তুমি তো বুঝতেই পারছি না।
এটা তো এখানে কোথাও নেই, এটা তো অধ্যয়ন করে তুলে দিতে হবে, আমরা জানবো কোথায়।
এবারে অর্ডার হয়ে থাকলে তুলবে না।
হ্যাঁ, তা সেইটা না দেখলে আমি বুঝবো।
কি ব্যাপারটা দেখ দেখ দেখ। দেখ আগে ঘর প্রান্ত ডাকছে বোধ হয়, উপরে ধরে ফেলে দাও এটা স্টিল করবি তুই ওখানে গিয়ে। Confused. I'm personally, frankly saying. But I find here he applied as B.Ed candidate. Matlab, there is no provision in law, neither in the recruitment process for change of qualifications. So he cannot
The
change.
court has allowed it,
Matlab,
and you have complied
so
with
far,
order dated 29th February 2024.
may I, matlab, that's I'm
Identical issue.
of your lordship's order.
No,
That's
the order of Justice Mantha.
No, matlab, I tell you, lordships, this is if, as far as now this changing over. Is appeal still pending and the appeal is matlab,
Very well, subject to result of the appeal, allow her. Allow
we
these
have
two
not
candidates.
allowed anyone. According to
No,
my
no, but
study.
in terms of the order, you have allowed. In Onnesha Das and others, you have allowed. Come, please go through the order of the coordinate bench passed on 29th February 2024. But there is a logic in it, Mr. Sannal, since you are appearing in this matter, because at the time of in the recruitment notification, it was clarified that TET qualified candidates who are undergoing D.El.Ed B.Ed special education B.Ed training or who have qualified D.El.Ed B.Ed special education B.Ed training part 1 examination will be given opportunity to participate. Now it is observed by the coordinate bench in Onnesha Das that suppose a candidate is having D.El.Ed as well as B.Ed. According to the board, yes, after the law laid down in Jaivir Singh, D.El.Ed B.Ed is not the valid qualification for being appointed as a teacher in primary school. Now, but it was not the situation at the time of issuance of notification dated 29 September 2022. Then the candidate having D.El.Ed as well as B.Ed would opt for that training qualification in where that candidate has higher marks.
Well, it's for him to choose.
Higher
Choice,
marks.
choice.
And that was chosen by the candidate and it was indicated in the application form. In the meantime, there was alteration of situation by virtue of the order of the Rajasthan
Here
High Court,
point lies.
Rajasthan High Court as well as Supreme
No,
Court.
here point lies.
Now, why-
Everybody knew that the B.Ed qualification question is pending. Knowing that he
Now-
has
now
chosen,
why the
why he
candidate
should be given the benefit.
will be pitted against odds.
Matlab, that,
And when one group has already been permitted to switch over.
matlab, I'm not permitted. I think all the matters have been appealed against. And
Have
that
you
matlab,
obtained
it
any
was
order of stay?
concluded before Justice Sain.
Have you obtained any order of stay? Then I can consider. Otherwise, I have to follow the order which has been passed on the similar issue, exactly on similar issue Annesha Das.
I tell you, Lordship, Annesha Das is factually another different.
What
Here I tell
different?
you, Lordships,
How it is different?
where I am not wrong, B.Ed to D.El.Ed or D.El.Ed to B.Ed.
No, it is B.Ed to D.El.Ed.
B.Ed to D.El.Ed.
Yes,
And here your Lordship,
B.Ed to D.El.Ed.
no, I tell you, Lordships, this is D.El.Ed through NIOS. He knew that, where that I tell you, Lordships, what happened. In that point of time, they were undergoing D.El.Ed. Here he was not undergoing. He had completed both. Choice was of him, not for the board.
But in the similar
No,
situation,
having exercised choice, can I
give a
alter
copy of this
election?
order to Mr. Sannal. Mr. Sannal, please come to paragraph 2.
কেন আবার আলাদা মামলা পয়েন্ট এক জোসেফ বলবে, আলাদা মামলা বলে হয় না, এখানেও সুইচিং ওভার দ্য সেম থিং এখানেও, বাট ভুল বলছিস।
Mr. Sannal, paragraph 2.
গিভ মি এ ডেজ টাইম, লেট মি, সরি না, এইভাবে অ্যাসিস্ট করা যায় না করতে, নো, না করলে কি হয়েছে, কি জ্বালা।
Similar situation.
Let me consider, but Malad, we are fighting against two ten.
Yes, if
We
you are
will go
fighting
up.
against, but if there is no stay.
No,
then
I tell you,
this
Lordships,
order is
I tell
binding
you,
upon
Lordships,
me.
no, stay was not granted because they, by day, this was being heard. It was concluded, but it was not made part heard. Determination changed. The Justice Sen recorded in the order, it was substantially heard.
Very early.
Go before the, let me I explain. Go before the Chief Justice and get it assigned. Then they thought probably Justice Sen against them, views of the division bench. They didn't agree. Then the matter went before Justice Chakraborty. This is the situation.
Malad kindly turns to para 6 of the judgment. Division bench, exactly similar another issue. Division bench allowed, Malad.
No.
That is against interim order.
Meanwhile, Malad,
That is against interim order.
Sarkar Malad, Honorable Division Bench presided over by Honorable Justice Subroto Malad Talukdar Malad allowed the Malad dismiss the appeal preferred by the West Bengal Board of Primary Education and thereby allowed to switch over from D.El.Ed to B.Ed.
Justice Talukdar.
That is Justice Tapoboto Chakraborty against the interim order. Well, no, this is interim order. You do let us take against the final.
Court, yes, since you are submitting, yes, board is fighting it out before the division bench. But since as on date, the situation is this, that this switching over is permitted, and there's a logic in it. There's a logic
That's
in it.
Malad, I'm trying.
I have marked it. Please come to paragraph 23. You will consider this, Mr. Sannal. Paragraph 33, not 23. West Bengal Board of Primary Education also cannot evade responsibility for the fiasco as they have illegally permitted B.Ed holders, D.Ed NIOS holders, and in course D.El.Ed persons to participate in the recruitment process. Naturally, the candidate chose the degree in which they had the highest marks as the basis of their application. Because at that point in time it was not known.
That's my point here, Your Lordship. B.Ed was challenged, every court passed an order subject to the result of the SLP. He applied Malad subject to the order of the SLP. Having lost in the SLP, how can he?
But how you can ignore your
It doesn't mention the entire part of it.
but how you can ignore your own notification dated 29 September?
Malad, 29 September, because I am bound by NCT.
Why this was done?
Oh, this is, I have to follow the NCT.
So therefore,
Now, Malad,
therefore,
basic,
today
then
the
therefore,
situation has to be considered based on your notification dated 29
Malad,
September
even if you lost
2022.
Malad, that would be subject to the SLP. SLP, they lost. So
Yes,
they have to lost
but,
here also.
but that's why if they have they lost, in the meantime, if situation is altered, and if it is an admitted position that on the date when application was made or on the date of notification, a candidate is having D.El.Ed as well as B.Ed, and B.Ed was opted. So in view of change situation,
Malad,
why this switching
Malad,
over is not permissible?
I cannot go on arguing with the court. Malad, my point is that when B.Ed was there in the notification, as well as
What can be done? You have to argue with the court. It's a vocal court.
No, Malad, that's, I tell you, Lordship, not
That is the problem.
it's good for us. It's good for us so that I can read the mind of the court. No, Malad, my point is that every Malad court is missing that. NCT notification was in question. Now, Malad, we had, as a board, we have to follow it. Pan India notification bounding. Now, when he included it, There are other candidates who moved this court. Then the court passed an order, allow them subject to the SLP. Then what would be the result? They filed it in the B.Ed qualification, they filled in the form with the SLP. They lost SLP, how can they ask for changing? No, they are not sucking thumb,
They'll
they are
come
not
back,
child.
they'll come back tomorrow.
How do I change the
Since
entire
I have
system?
heard the matter, I will forget.
My lord,
Come back
I
tomorrow.
know the court is sympathetic. That's one issue.
No,
But
no, it's
deal
not a
with that.
question of sympathy.
That's
It's a
not-
question of consideration of your own notification dated 29
Oh,
September
29,
2022, Mr.
kindly,
Sharnal.
kindly do not forget, I am bound by the notification.
Yes.
And
If
in the
now-
notification
if-
of 29 September, SLP is
Allow,
Why
allow,
they are-
allow your senior learned friend to argue. Don't
Now
disturb him.
29, my lord, notification, therefore notification followed only NCT. NCT notification is questioned before the Supreme Court. Even the Supreme Court said that everything will abide by
But
our
Supreme
result.
Court has said in case of D.El.Ed, from NIOS is permissible subject to two conditions.
That's my lord, permissible who has filled the form like this.
Yes.
But he has filled the form like B.Ed.
As per your notification.
My lord, subject to the result of the SLP.
No, notification.
Why, my lord, deal with that? I request your lordships. What would be the result of the SLP then? Then your lordships passes every order subject to the result. Compliance is subject to
Let
the
me
appeal.
pass an interim order permitting the petitioners to switch over subject to result. As it has been done in case of Onnesha.
Well, kindly give me a day's time. Your lordship dispose
Come
it
back tomorrow.
কি বললো ওখানে?
ওখানে একদম
Mr. Sharnal, come back tomorrow since I have heard both of
No,
you.
no, certainly. Your Lordship.
Substantive.
No, no, sir.
Apply your mind so far Onnesha is concerned and come back.
Great.
Issue. Matter is heard in presence of the learned advocates. এই কালকে কি পজিশন? Yes, yes. কালকে কি পজিশন দেখো তো, কালকে আমার মনে হয় একটা সুবিধেই হবে। নেক্সট হাফে নেক্সট উইকে 24 তারিখ 17 তারিখ অনওয়ার্ড বেশ কিছু মামলা ফিক্স আছে। হ্যাঁ, ভালো হবে। Matter is heard in presence of the learned advocate who is for the state. Matter is heard in presence of the learned advocates representing the petitioners and West Bengal Board of Primary Education. Stop. After hearing progress to certain length, Mr. Sharnal, learned senior advocate representing West Bengal Board of Primary Education has prayed for days accommodation. Stop. List the matter under the same heading for further consideration tomorrow, 13th November 2025. একটা লাইন ওই কোর্ট ফি ও ডিপোজিট করেছে, the document in support of depositing deficit court fee is taken on record.